Welcome to my Abyssal Beast Slayer task guide that do require 105 Slayer to even kill, which you could boost from 100 or even 99 with a Wilder Pie. And supposedly being on task helps the drop rate to get uniques, but I'm gonna be honest, I did 5,000 of them and yeah, I did not see like increased drop rates whatsoever, which that will be in another video. And then one more thing to keep in mind is that I will be using the melee style. I know as of late, Crit Bloom being released in game has simply broken it because you can AFK every single thing that you could have been with melee, and people like magic because you can do high-end PVM as well. Melee, it's a bit more, I want to say, unforgiving. Like, it's painful to do. And to get here, you will need to go north of the Archaeology Guild and then go through the ancient door. From here, you want to just simply make your way southeast. Or, if you have the Pontifex Shadow Ring, you can right-click teleport and then start going northeast. As for the items you will need is 2,000 Cannonballs, an ODOT coil, Holy Overloads, 10 doses in total to last you a whole hour, a Spring Cleaner, a Gem Bag upgraded because these drop so many Dragon Stones, 2 or 3 Sharks, and the same thing with Super Restorers. If you have Flask, you can probably get away with using 1 flask. But remember, you will need to have the Ancient Elven Ritual Shard. Now, let's go to where they are. So I'll just run a little bit. As for my melee, I'm using 4-piece of custom fit trimmed Masterwork armor. You could do this with 3 pieces, but it's extremely sketchy. And of course, bring a scythe. It's like the most powerful AoE that melee has. Unless you count the tier 92 whip that was released. But you kind of want burst DPS. And then Cinderbanes do work here. And then you will notice I'm using a Scripture of Jazz. This is purely for its passive stats. You do not need a Vampirism Scrimshaw at all. And you want to have an Amulet of Souls. So once you enter, you want to run past the Abyssal Savage and then go to the very next room. And here, luckily, there's no one here, but usually there is so many people, so you may need to spam hop a few worlds. Okay, drink the Overload for a Soul Split, and this is my favorite spot right here. South of the pillow on the bed. For here, place the Ada coil, and then you'll want to stand all the way to the west side of the south, and then this aggroes as much beast as possible without killing you. Now for the action bar, I use Backhand, Cleave, Hurricane, Quake, Meteor Strike, Sacrifice, Sever, Greater Fury, although it's perfectly fine if you do not have that. You can use whatever ability you do have, Dismember, and then lastly, Slice. And of course, I forgot they drop Crimsons and Blue Charms, so I'm going to have just 1 Shark left. Now, you'll notice that these beasts are exactly like Erets, where they can have a chance to like path you and like force you to walk. For that, you'll want to kind of turn run off so you automatically walk always, so you don't have to run. Where it lures you all the way west or east. And then try to stay on the very southwest side of the cannon. If you're in the middle of the cannon, like here, it's okay. But as soon as it brings you here, it will de-aggro 2 Abyssal Beast, in which case you do not want that. And then right there, you see how it passed me? Just go back to the spot and you'll be perfectly fine. Now, as the aura, you can use anything except the Berserk aura. You will get smacked. Like right now, even with no aura, you should see I'm kind of maintaining about 3 to 5,000 health. Sometimes it gets super risky, in which case you can just use the the enhanced Excalibur, or you could eat one of the free sharks they drop on the floor for you, and then poof, that's it. And then one more thing that's kind of important is if you are using the Penance aura, you can actually use Turmoil or Malevolence prayer, so you can get even more kills per hour. And then speaking of kills per hour, with no Penance aura, on average you should be able to get about 290 kills hourly just doing this AFK method. And then in the background you should see it looks like I'm about to die, but nope, perfectly fine. Although, if I'm going to be honest, it does scare me a couple times. I think the lowest I've got to was like 400 health, and then I meteor striked, and then poof, it healed me just enough that I was able to maintain it. That's what I'm saying about the 4-piece trim masterwork. It's a huge difference over the 3-piece. As you see, it kind of does get risky. Now back to what I was saying about the Penance aura. When you do have Turmoil, from 290 kills, you can get up to 299 to about 304. If you have the tier 99 per, you can get a max of 320 kills per hour, which is about 700k combat experience. And then I'll just eat one more shark just so it doesn't scare some people down in the comments saying, oh, you should really eat, your health is getting pretty low. And then without the Penance aura, you can expect to get easily of 608,000 experience. I know the title does say 600k, it's just it sounds more better if I just round down instead of rounding a little bit up. Now you will notice that they dropped this small plated Oriakum salvage. This is what note paper is for, as the spring cleaner cannot high alch anything or dismantle anything above rune. Although it has me think that they should be upgrading it to something. Like, I don't know, a spring cleaner over 10,000? But I'm not really sure if they're going to even be doing that. And that's why you'll know that I have magic note paper. Now, as for the GP per hour, well, we're only doing this for 1 hour. I was able to get about 4.5 mil GP per hour. But in a later, I want to say in a week or so, I'll be uploading my loot from 5,000 of them, which the GP per hour kind of averaged down for some reason. Although I think that's because I included the cost of each cannonball, since again you use almost 2,000 an hour. That and Grimwall spikes and a couple items have been crashing a lot. And I don't mean by like a lot, because these Oriakum salvage, they were 94k on release, but they high out for 50k, so I think they're just trying to fix something that was never an issue. And one more thing to know is that these are probably the 3rd best monster to get pure essence. Abyssal Savage is the best, followed by Abyssal Demons. And then we have these Abyssal Beasts. With that, thank you all so much for watching this guide on how to AFK Abyssal Beast with the melee style. Thank you all so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.